Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Today I'm going to be resuming my Shock to the Past series. For those of you who don't know what Shock to the Past is, this is a series where I talk about films from the 60s, 70s and 80s that shocked audiences and how they shape up by today's standards. So it's been a while since my last episode. I do apologise for that. Hopefully you haven't forgotten about it, and hopefully today's episode reignites that interest. So today we're going to be going to Hong Kong in 1983 for a film directed by Chi Hung Kwei, and this is a movie known as The Boxers Omen. Now this is a very little known film. I didn't even know that this existed until a friend of mine recommended it to me. I saw the trailer, I thought this looks crazy, it's a movie I need to watch. Apparently this is a sequel. Haven't seen the first film, but I've been told that you don't really need to know about the first film to actually watch and try and decipher what this movie is all about. So try and decipher. That is the best way I can sum up this film, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. It deliberately goes out of its way to make the most crazy experience that you've ever come across. So it's kind of like a mixture of Kickboxer from Van Damme, Story of Ricky, and Monkey, the Japanese TV series. So combining all of those together, that's kind of what you get in The Boxers Omen. So it's about a kickboxer who's trying to avenge his brother who was crippled in the ring by a Thai kickboxer. And so when he gets to Thailand, he starts training, but this is where he's summoned by a Buddhist monk. The monk tells him that in his previous life he had a twin brother that is a very powerful monk, and that he's in danger, and that he dies from this danger, then the main character is going to die as well. So not only does he have to try and fight this kickboxer, but he also has to try and fight these demons. So that's kind of the gist of what this whole film is about. And the movie works for a one-time viewing because of how crazy it is, but unfortunately the lack of coherence that this film has just makes it a complete mess, and so you not really want to go and watch it again because it's way too long for its own good. But I will say that as far as visuals are concerned, it is a very fever-pitch nightmare. This is a film that doesn't really try and have any normality to it, and so if you like your really crazy, bizarro kind of movies, then this movie has been seen as one of the most bizarre films ever made, and I will say that it definitely deserves that recognition. This is a movie that has some WTF moments. If you like Story of Ricky and some of the gore effects in Story of Ricky, then you're going to like what the Boxers Omen has. This movie doesn't really rely on violence, it just relies on very sick visuals. And so I thought as though some of it was decent, some of it was very cheesy and very funny. I don't know if it was intentionally funny, but the movie's not billed as a comedy, but there's a lot of comedic elements thrown in there. I don't know whether or not it's just a director who's not aware of his capabilities, or in fact it's just trying to throw in some light humour. But the whole film just has that really strange vibe to it. Bolo Yang, I was really happy to see he was actually in this film. I wasn't expecting him. For those of you who don't know who Bolo Yang is, he was the bad guy of Bloodsport with Van Damme, and he was also in a lot of other Van Damme films, but he is actually the Thai kickboxer, and so it was good to see him in a movie. But it's clear that his name is just there to sell the film because he doesn't have too much to do. But the whole film, you have that kickboxer story, and then halfway through it just goes through into this fever-pitch nightmare, and then it kicks back into the kickboxer story. So it's a very disjointed film, and I felt as though all the scenes didn't really meld in very well together, and so it's a very incoherent dream. And it's basically, that's the best way I can sum this film up. It's a dream. It's a dream that doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's a dream that you will remember by the time you wake up. So the movie is way too long, as I said. It does outstay its welcome, but it's just bizarre imagery that is thrown at you, and it's some of the most bizarre stuff that you'll ever see. But for me, as judging this as a film, it's very hard to do because it just doesn't make a lot of sense. The attention is not there. I felt as though it had a lot of trouble focusing on what it wanted to be, and it's almost like at the halfway stage when it kicks back into that kickboxer story, it remembered what it was trying to do, and so it starts off and then it gets very lost, and then it gets back on track, but then it gets lost again. And so you're kind of thinking to yourself, is there any point in actually giving a synopsis, because it just doesn't really follow any formula as far as storytelling is concerned. So as far as storytelling is, it's not a very good film at all, but as far as visuals are concerned, it's definitely one-time viewing. And so if you're into that kind of thing, I would recommend it, but be very careful, it is extremely strange. Alright guys, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Till next episode, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later. Bye.